I may be familiar to many of you, but to those few who may not know who I am the 9th Earl of Avarice, Lord Roberts. This neighborhood here, Lord Roberts, was named after my great-grand-uncle, the old British imperialist warrior, Lord Roberts, God rest his soul. The school was named after him, too. My great-grand-uncle was a firm believer in education for the working classes. He thought they should be instructed in domestic service and laying railway track and digging for coal, that sort of thing. Unfortunately, nowadays they teach our children all sorts of useless rubbish. A pity that, a terrible pity. My good friend, the Marquis of Anjou, has asked me to speak to you today on behalf of a project that is dear to his heart. He is building housing for the common classes over here by the railway tracks. I did mention to Andy, why would anybody, including the working class people, want to live right next to a railway track? He said, don't worry about it. You build it, I will build it, they will come. There's one born every minute. I don't know what he meant by that, but he said that. But later on, Andy did become and get worried that people would indeed not buy his housing. He thought that they might start to become worried about the fact that there's a shunting yard right here, where the noisy train cars are booming together and being yanked apart day and night. Or they might be worried about the constant stream of long trains going back and forth day and night, hauling who knows what in gigantic tanker cars. It is the CN main line, after all. And he was also worried about that people might be concerned about the lack of guest parking. Or they might be concerned about how they were going to get in and out of this development. It is not easy to do, I will admit. They have to drive through these narrow old streets of the Lord Roberts community to get to Osborne Street or Jubilee. I gave Andy some advice at this point. I said, Andy, you make sure that when you invite people to come and inspect your premises prior to purchase, that you do not invite them during rush hour. I think that is solid advice. He's worried that some people might be concerned about living next to a fire hall and being awoken all night by the sound of fire sirens. I assured him that, Andy, being that these are your houses, it's probably a good thing that there's a fire department quite nearby. And he's also very, very afraid that some of the potential customers may choose to try and talk to other residents of some of Andy's properties, residents of buildings and developments that Andy owns. I assured him that these are working people, they don't think like that. Nevertheless, Andy, he's very noisy. Quiet, I'm speaking. Andy was worried, and after a while he told me that he instructed his servants to hire a tradesman by the name of Mike Holmes to come and inspect his housing and put his brand of approval on it, his blessing. I thought this was a preposterous idea, but Andy says that this Mike Holmes character is very well known for some obscure reason, probably something to do with television. That the working class believe in him, and that he might be able to actually raise the prices if Mr. Holmes will put his blessing on it. It sounds like religious quackery to me. I did say I would speak on Andy's behalf, so here I am, and I will do so. My dear, dear, dear common people, do buy a home from Andy, please. He is of noble heart and noble blood. Do not talk to any other residents of other properties of which he might be involved, because those people are not of noble birth. They are certainly not Marcuses. They are not to be trusted. And do not talk to the residents of Lord Roberts, named after my great-granduncle. They're whining all the time. They're whining to me about all these cars, all the new people that come and they're whizzing up and down their precious little streets. They're worried and carping and complaining about the fact that they might have parking problems when they can go park somewhere else. Or they may be worrying, they're complaining about poop being spilled on their streets because all the poop from this development is going to be poured into poor old Lord Robert's ancient old sewage system, and they're worried that it will not be able to handle it. People, it's just a little poop. Residents of Lord Roberts, if you are concerned about getting screwed over, I have some good advice for you. Close your eyes and think of England. It will make everything seem better. Now, do buy a house from Andy. Remember, Andy needs you. Thank you very much.